After sharing her story to help her fans, more has come out about Lady Gaga's time in the music industry.
And I will not say his name. I understand that some people feel really comfortable with this, and I do not. I do not ever want to face that person again.
She shared how damaging power imbalances can be.
But you are in an ultra state of paranoia.
And revealed the devastating impact. Lady Gaga exposed industry secrets, and it's hard to hear. How can we prevent this from happening to others? Actress and singer Lady Gaga was recently featured on the Apple TV Plus series The Me You Can't See. On the show, she spoke about some shocking details in her life.
Every time I see someone like Lady Gaga coming out and speaking about it, I know that's a great thing because it allows people to say, oh, even you, with all that you have and are exposed to. So that's the goal here, is to get people to call it out.
Gaga said she had gone to the hospital to seek treatment for physical pain. She said the intense pain reminded her of a pain she'd felt years prior. She revealed that when she was 19, she was essayed by a music producer and became pregnant. She said the music producer threatened to burn her music if she didn't follow his inappropriate requests. She was sick from his wrongful actions after being locked away in a recording studio for months. Gaga said she doesn't want to reveal who the person is because she does not want to face him again. She said she had a break after the essay. In a 2020 interview with Oprah, Gaga discussed her battle with fibromyalgia and post-traumatic stress disorder stemming from her essays. She said her sudden rise to stardom didn't give her the time she needed to process and heal from her traumatic past, and that she never dealt with her feelings. She said she began to feel intense pain that was similar to how she had felt after her SA.
Went to the hospital, and then I was sick for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks after.
Lady Gaga further explained the person who SA'd her dropped her off with no regards to what he had done. In the interview, she spoke about how the trauma that caused her PTSD and fibromyalgia wasn't treated for a long time, making the pain from it worse. Symptoms of fibromyalgia can worsen if the cause of them isn't treated. Gaga's interview with Oprah was therapeutic for her. Oprah praised Lady Gaga for being vulnerable, and Gaga said Oprah made her feel safe. The interview made her want to open up and give back with the knowledge from the experiences she's had. She described her trauma as being in a state of paranoia and not understanding why others aren't panicking. She said it's like a black cloud following her everywhere, trying to lower her self-esteem. During her interview with Oprah, Gaga said that in addition to therapy, she takes antipsychotic medication, and that she wants to erase the stigma surrounding it. Antipsychotic medications can help people avoid impulsive decisions and thought patterns associated with mania or racing and spiraling thoughts associated with bipolar disorder. But these medications must be prescribed by a licensed psychiatrist. The first time she spoke about her SA was on The Howard Stern Show in 2014. She said she didn't talk about it before because she didn't want to be defined by it. Gaga told Howard Stern the SA inspired the lyrics for her song Swine. The story behind the song is about someone wanting her, but she doesn't want them because on the inside, they act like an animal. Here are some of the lyrics. I know you want me. You're just a pig inside a human body. Squealer, squealer, squeal out, you're so disgusting. Another song inspired by the essay was her 2015 Oscar-nominated song, Till It Happens to You. The song is about how people can't know the true pain and grief people go through in bad situations until they've experienced it themselves. Here are some of the lyrics. You tell me hold your head up and be strong, 'cause when you fall, you gotta get up. You gotta get up and move on. Tell me, how the hell could you talk? How could you talk? 'Cause until you walk where I walk, it's all just talk. Lady Gaga co-wrote the song for the documentary The Hunting Ground, which covered the topic of SA on college campuses and how the victims often don't get justice. The film's director, Kirby Dick, spoke about how having someone who has experienced something so traumatic write a song and perform it for their documentary added a deeper level to the music. At the Producers Guild of America Awards in 2016, Lady Gaga spoke about how Till It Happens to You was an important song for her family. She said when her father's sister was in college, she was a victim of SA. The SA caused her lupus to get so bad that she eventually lost her life. For context, lupus is a chronic disease that causes inflammation and pain in any part of the body. It causes the immune system to attack healthy cells and tissue. She said the situation had affected her family deeply, and Till It Happens to You meant a lot to her family. Gaga began to speak openly about her PTSD later in 2016. As part of a collaboration between her Born This Way Foundation and NBC's The Today Show, Gaga visited Harlem's Ali Forney Center for homeless LGBT youth. While visiting these young people, she spoke with a group of teens and shared some of her biggest secrets with them for the first time. One was that she struggles with PTSD. In an interview with The Today Show, she explained her trauma had allowed her to better understand other people's trauma. In the Me You Can't See, Gaga shared when she was younger, she struggled with hurting herself. She wanted to explain why she did it, but felt she wasn't able to share her feelings in a way that would be safe for herself and the people watching. Lady Gaga encouraged people to talk to someone about how they're feeling and said talking can be very beneficial.
You think you're gonna feel better because you're showing somebody, hey, look, I'm in pain. It doesn't help. I always tell people, tell somebody, don't show somebody.
People were proud of Gaga for speaking out about her experiences. I watched Lady Gaga's The Me You Can't See, and she described perfectly how the process of healing is not a smooth ride, and it takes so much patience and just for one person to validate your feeling. Please be kind, patient, and spread love. I watched Lady Gaga interview on The Me You Can't See. You are so incredible and amazing. I will never love you more than I do right now, until the next great thing that you do. Your vulnerability has always been one of my favorite qualities of yours. Thank you. Love The Me You Can't See, especially Lady Gaga's part. Felt so validating and sad that many people with mental health struggles can find doing strategies but may struggle with it indefinitely. I was blown away by Lady Gaga's raw honesty in Apple TV's The Me You Can't See regarding the harrowing SA and PTSD she suffered. She deserves a lot of credit for her openness and helping to normalize seeking help for mental illness. So, what's the big issue? The dark side of the music industry, especially for women. Sadly, Lady Gaga's experience as a young musician is not unique. A singer-songwriter from the UK using the pseudonym Amy was only 15 years old when she was taken advantage of by a manager from a large music company. She claimed the man said if she didn't agree to be his girlfriend, he would ruin her career. For 2 years after his first threat, he blackmailed her repeatedly into being in a relationship with him. Amy said, "He convinced me that I would be nothing without him and that if I told anyone, that success would go away." She claimed he became more controlling and gave her a list of things to do during their relationship, such as show him more affection and talk to her family less. After he got demanding, he began to SA her. Because of his behavior, her mental health began to deteriorate. Singer-songwriter Chloe Howell said she felt exploited by men during her early days in the industry. She was only 16 years old when she was signed to a record label. She said a number of older men would proposition her. She considered herself lucky because she was never SA'd, only pestered by men. A number of men would ask her why she didn't invite them to her hotel room and would make inappropriate advances on her. Chloe said, "It's always a man in power and a girl on the rise who needs as much support as possible, whose career hasn't started yet. I know that there are men who are getting away with it. They are given this untouchable power." 29-year-old music producer Yasmin LaJoy said it's hard to find a woman in the music industry who hasn't been a victim of SA or harassment. After becoming frustrated by her and others' experiences, she began to collect stories of inappropriate behavior in the industry. It didn't take long for her to collect a number of stories, some more disturbing than she'd imagined. Journalist Victoria Derbyshire has spoken to many women about their experiences on her TV program. Many women hid their experiences out of fear of not being able to find work in the industry. One woman who came forward shared how she'd been SA'd multiple times by a senior colleague. She claimed that she had gone to a lawyer, but the lawyer informed her that if she pursued her case, she wouldn't work in the industry again. The woman chose to resign from her position. Yasmin expressed her anger with Victoria's story. "I am angry and things need to change. There are so many amazing careers. It would be great to be able to encourage women to enter the industry without fear." Lady Gaga isn't the first big-name celebrity to speak out on their experience in the industry. In 2014, singer Kesha sued Sony producer Dr. Luke to void all of their contracts, claiming he had harmed her in a number of different ways that almost caused her to lose her life. Dr. Luke is 47 years old and a music producer known for working with artists such as Pink and Katy Perry. Dr. Luke produced some of Kesha's biggest hits, such as Timber and Die Young. Throughout their business relationship, Dr. Luke allegedly continued to make threats towards Kesha. He allegedly tried to have control over her life by harming her physically, emotionally, verbally, and even beyond that. In her lawsuit, Kesha said she believed Dr. Luke had enough power and money to follow through with what he was saying. The judge sided against Kesha, forcing her to continue to work with Dr. Luke. Dr. Luke even countersued for defamation, calling the accusations false and shocking. Sony said the reason they were unable to void Kesha's contract was because the contractual agreements had been made between her and Dr. Luke's company, not with Sony directly. Sony's lawyer addressed the story in the New York Times. Sony is doing everything it can to support the artist in these circumstances, but it is legally unable to terminate the contract to which it is not a party. Kesha applied for an injunction to allow her to make music outside of her contract with Dr. Luke, but her request was denied. Many celebrities have supported Kesha. Taylor Swift donated $250,000 to Kesha to help with her legal fees. Lady Gaga tweeted a message supporting Kesha. There are people all over the world who love you, Kesha, and I can say truly I am in awe of your bravery. Demi Lovato also showed their support for their fellow artist. Free Kesha. This is only going to make you stronger, you brave and beautiful girl. Prayers are with you, Kesha. Adele also supported Kesha while accepting her Brit Award in 2016.
I'd like to take a quick second just to thank my management and my record label for embracing the fact that I'm a woman and being encouraged by it. And I'd also like to take this moment to publicly support Kesha.
The Me Too movement has been important in empowering people to share their stories of their experiences in the entertainment industry. It helped to out a number of celebrities who used their power to harm others. A BBC report done by Victoria Derbyshire in 2017 said the harm being done to young people in the music industry is endemic. In 2018, Women Wore Black to the Golden Globes to raise awareness for Time's Up, a charity led by women to address inequality and the injustices of underrepresented groups in the workplace. Oprah Winfrey was the first Black woman to win the Cecil B. DeMille Award, and she spoke out in support of women who have endured harmful things in order to pay their bills and support their families. Oprah said, "Speaking your truth is the most powerful tool we all have. We have lived too many years in a culture broken by powerful men. For too many years, women have not been heard or believed if they dared to speak their truth. In order to combat harassment in the workplace, better training is needed." Columbia University psychology professor Dr. Alyssa Perry says one-time training for harassment in the workplace for new employees isn't enough. It's not just about providing one training and you're done. It's got to be a comprehensive approach. The tone is set at the top. Are they just checking a box? If they are only doing it for legal reasons, then they don't care if it works. Alyssa believes companies should use training programs that include pre-training, training, and post-training components for individuals and groups. Dr. Chris Kilmartin, a psychologist and emeritus psychology professor at the University of Mary Washington, says it's important for employees to learn about company policies and laws relating to harassment, how to file complaints, and expectations for behaviors of all employees. They believe training should be engaging with real-life scenarios instead of just sitting and watching a tape. They also said bystander intervention can help increase a sense of accountability. A hostile environment affects the whole organization, not just the people who are harassed. Basically, it poisons the organization. When an SA happens, someone may choose to have DNA evidence collected. One way of collecting evidence is through an SA forensics exam, also known as a rape kit. The crime doesn't have to be reported to have an exam done, but it gives someone the option to have evidence stored if they wish to report it at a later time. If you need an exam, contact your local SA service provider or call the National SA Hotline to get local resources. When having a kit done, it's important to avoid cleaning yourself, combing your hair, changing clothes, and even using the restroom. However, even if you have done these, you can still have an exam performed. Evidence usually needs to be collected within 72 hours of the SA, but exams can also provide other evidence beyond this time frame. The exam can take a few hours and is performed by an SA nurse examiner or an SA forensics examiner. They'll tend to immediate injuries, ask about medical and history, give a head-to-toe examination. If the person is a minor, they may need to report it, and they'll provide follow-up care. Any of these steps can be skipped depending on the person's comfort. The evidence will be stored for quite some time depending on your state's laws. These exams are free and important for your health. If you or someone you know is struggling with SA or harassment, there are hotlines that can help to connect you with someone who can help. RAIN uses the National SA hotline to connect you to a trained staff member. They also use the first 6 digits of your phone number to find you a local organization that can connect you with resources. Calls are confidential and are only reported depending on state laws. Another confidential hotline is Love is Respect. It connects young people in unhealthy relationships with local resources. People who are experiencing domestic violence or have questions about getting out of violent situations can call the National Domestic Violence Hotline. The National Domestic Violence Hotline also has an online chat which can be found on their website. When folks come forward with their experiences, it's important they are believed. We need to show people they can speak about the injustices they faced and not have to risk losing their jobs. These experiences also aren't limited to the entertainment industry and can happen in any line of work. It's important to remember to listen to those who come forward with their experiences and to not invalidate what they've been through. What do you think about this situation? Let me know in the comments below.